Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on back. Hope you're having a sensational one out there, a beautiful one. Maybe you're looking out the window and looking at the overcast, rain-soaked day that it is, or maybe you're looking out at it, sunshine, birds singing, children playing, and the usual. Today, we are giving a listen to Low. We're going to return to Hey, What's With the Track? Hey, off the album, released in 2021. We're giving this a listen. We're checking it out because it was requested by Yerk Floor. Thank you so much for the recommendation. Thank you so much for the suggestion as well. I truly appreciate that. Can I tell you? Let's dive straight on into the music, discuss it a little bit after, see what the band is up to here with this one, and we'll go from there. Here we go. Kind of the title track in a way, I suppose. In a way. This is the sound of cars passing by in an electronically metaphorical way. That's what I hear. Thump, man. I like how his voice is like a little drum. It's like a manipulated organ sound. It pushed past that harshness right back into this. Isolation to her voice right there. Gotta admit, they're experts in sound manipulation and production. voice just broke into this sort of ambience right now. That is really cool how it just floated into this. I bet they used Paul Stretch for this part. That sounds like Paul Stretch.
When you think you've seen everything.
What a Mogan heap is that? Okay. Hey is very worthy of basically being the title track, not only in its name, but also in the final words. Hey feels like a really cool journey. Can I? Nah. Oh. Oh no, I liked it. I'm just trying to think of where I want to start with it. I like how we still get those deep pulsating, and I mean deep, deep, deep pulsating, reverberating throngs that attack in each of the bars here. We've heard Low do that before. And like I mentioned, whether you like them or not, I think that no matter what, you have to admit that they're an expert at manipulating and abstracting sound and production and the way that they put everything together and they perform everything. I really like how melodic this is. You still have those deep sucking voids of bass that loom and boom throughout the track, but between the two vocalists, like there's a very heavenly sound to it, with obviously her vocals on the higher and his on the lower. And here's his act is a nice grounding harmony to kind of humble her angelic voice. And I think that that works really well within this track. The way that they both are just singing. And his vocals throughout the beginning of the song are very understated, so you can barely hear them, or him rather. It's not like they're perfectly even. She's just a little bit higher and he's a little bit lower, but that little bit that he has just adds a beautiful cementation. Cementation? We'll go with it. Cement to that verse there. And then there's moments, and I do mean brief clips of moments when the music becomes a little bit chaotic. Where was that? Oh, shoot. Where was it? Where did she say it? I think in the line where she says, maybe that's the last thing you should say. And then the music briefly becomes a little bit more chaotic, as if that line kind of instills a little bit of conflict into the song for a brief moment. And then it changes. It goes back to its verse. This whole setup, let me pull it back up here. This whole setup is really nice. There's a pleasantness here in the way that the intonation happens that's not as intense as the previous track that we listened to, which had a similar kind of effect. That one was very intense and kind of, there's a C word I'm thinking of. Not climactic, not charismatic. There's something about it. But this one has it in a more pleasing kind of way. And I think that perfectly hints to where the track eventually goes, because eventually this just fades out into some beautiful ambience. And I love how vocally there's some isolations there between the way he sings and she does as well. This has this near heavenly kind of ideal behind it. This is just so cool how for the last 3 to 2 minutes or so, we just float in this ethereal wave that the music has created for us. And I love how we have those final words of hey that are repeated there, because I feel like there's a story to all of this. Hey, we didn't get past Michigan and Lake. Sounds like an intersection somewhere. Near the center of Lowe's hometown, Duluth, Minnesota. Perfect. Oh, wait, hold on. There's more. However, these two streets do not directly intersect. Okay, gotcha. It's an underpass there. Before we found ourselves beneath the weight. Told me that I never could contain, went back and wept in the car beneath the shade. I would assume under that underpass there. What does it cost you to give it away? You never wanted it any other way. Speaking more and asked that you should pray. Maybe that's the last thing you should say. Hey, maybe that's where we should just stop this conversation. Maybe that's where we should stop this. Like we didn't even get past the intersection before we found ourselves beneath the weight. The weight of what? The weight of conflict, the weight of an argument, the weight of each other. Obviously, told me I couldn't contain, went back and wept in the car beneath the shade. Couldn't contain what? There's a lot of ambiguity that's being stroked here with this particular pen. It repeats those words again, and then it ends in hey. Hey, what? See, I feel like this is the last words of their conversation in this particular conflict. Hey, and then the other person responds, hey, what? Like, what? I feel like this all boils down to an argument, but I feel like this, on a basic grounded level, we're reading about an argument or a conflict in a relationship. But isn't it kind of curious how the music seems to be so far more lofty and abstract? Like the message, perhaps, from what I'm reading, seems so simple and the theme is so basic. But the music is like anything but. And it's kind of curious to me how the abstractions are found in the music rather than the lyrics. Whereas often with Low, both are the case. I don't know, there's something to that. But the ending here, this is out of this world. And hear this ambience that's happening in the back? Especially here. I guarantee you that they're using Paul Stretch here. In case you don't know what Paul Stretch is, it's a program that you can use to put in any song, any music or whatever, and it stretches it to the point that it becomes basically this really beautiful ambient piece of music. It got popular many, many years ago on YouTube when someone took a song from Justin Bieber and put it into that into the program. Here, I'm gonna pull it up here for you so you can see it. And here, Justin Bieber, You Smile. So if I'm gonna pull this up here real quick for you. Give me 1 second. So You Smile. So I'm not playing the whole song, but here's the song, You Smile. Just like, yeah. Okay, this is the song. Ain't no way you ever gonna get. Okay, so that's the song. Here's the stretched version. Not playing the whole thing, but obviously it's very ambient. But you hear how it's taking the song and stretching it out. kind of makes it into a cool little ambient kind of form. So that's what Pulse Stretch is, in case you're ever curious. And yeah, you can go and play with it. It's free. I play with it every once in a while. But anyways, I guarantee you that they use something like that in this track, especially at the ending there, because you can hear those really slowed down percussive waves as the band kind of pulls them apart, untethers them. Let me know what you guys thought of the track down below in the comment section. I appreciate you all being here, joining me. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Eric Fleur, thank you so much once again for the support and the request, and I hope that you all have a wonderful one out there. I will see you later. Bye, guys.